The Food and Drug Administration says it will delay implementing food labeling requirements initiated by the Obama administration. They were intended to help consumers better understand how much added sugar and calories they're taking in and help fight America's obesity epidemic. The FDA says it's giving food companies an additional time to make changes, but did not announce a new deadline. So in today's Winning Plate, we're focusing on food labels with dietitian Leslie Bonci, here to help us figure them out as they are now. And of course they could change, we just don't know when.
It could change, but still, I think people need to have the skills to know what to look for and to realize that some of the call outs on the front, we need to look beyond that. It's kind of the old flip and read. You have to, because the more telling information is actually the label, not the claims on the front.
Well, why do you need to look? What difference does it make? Why should we care?
Okay, so for instance, let's say somebody needs to be watching their sodium for whatever reason. Well, you can't tell that by looking at a product on the front. You need to be able to look at that on the label, or people that are watching some aspect of their fat because of heart disease or sugar. So from a health standpoint, it's important. But it's also important from a calorie standpoint as well. It's not arbitrary, the numbers that are on there, but it's also become complicated because calories on a label, but what is the serving size, and are you eating the whole bag, are you eating a cup? It's a lot of things.
And I tell you what, that is hard when I'm in the grocery store with my kids. You don't have time to sit there and, okay, what's in this and how many, it is confusing, and you need to figure it out quickly.
Can you do that somehow ahead of time, maybe online? Or?
You can. Anyway, so every product that has a label on it is online. So if you even want to look and comparison shop, I'm picking popcorns. Okay, so your list is already done before you go to the grocery store, and then you're not spending hours.
So break some of this down for us. What do we need to know?
Okay, so starting over here on the right, when it says low calorie, what does that mean? It means that the product has 40 calories or less per serving. So that doesn't necessarily mean per package, but per serving. And so
why 40? And is that just an arbitrary number, or?
Well, no. I mean, that really under the designation of what would be considered a very low calorie food. That was it. So some things are 40, some things are less. Like for instance, egg beaters. It's just egg whites. That's 30. So they actually have less per serving.
But when you look here, a serving is 3 tablespoons.
Well, that's it.
Right.
And what is this?
That's the information that's part of it. Yeah. So like a liquid egg white.
Is it? If I drink that, is it eggs?
It is, but you're not going to drink that.
Don't.
Please.
It's not for
Put
drinking.
It down now.
It's not for drinking. Sorry.
No, it's not for drinking.
Who knew?
This is the quick egg, basically.
That's the quick egg. That's quick eggs are people that don't want to have the yolk for whatever reason.
And something like this, I think drinks are oftentimes very deceiving.
You know, they can be, because sometimes if people see something that's low sugar, but there could still be calories there, or that the serving size is not necessarily the bottle. There's like 2.5 servings in there. So this is the other problem. We're not splitting it with 1.5 people. We just don't do that.
Okay.
So when we have something that's reduced calories, what that means is 25% less than the original. It's not necessarily low calorie, but people interpret it that way as, oh, I have light and therefore there's nothing in it. Wrong. It's just 25% less.
Yeah, and they automatically think, oh, I can eat twice or 3 times as much and be okay.
And this is the problem when we see the designation low or free. Oh, free for me, joy. Well, no, because there's still going to be something in it. And if you take something out, like lower sugar or lower fat, it might be higher in something else. So it's not across the board low.
So what are the good things to look for? I mean, we know salt and fat.
If people need to be watching their sodium, yes. If people want something more unsaturated fat, a lot of companies are putting monounsaturated fat, polyunsaturated fat on the label. If people want more fiber, you look for that under the carbohydrates. So those things about the label are not going to change. They're always going to be there, and there might be a few more add-ins depending upon what the government does. But we also, for instance, something like this, it's a popcorn. Notice there's like 2 columns. It's not 1, because it's dependent upon if you have a cup or if you have the serving size. I mean, this is the difference here. So, oh, I like the low numbers. Great. Well, that's all I'm having. Well, no, not necessarily. A cup of popcorn is a fist, not a thigh.
or the bag.
Or the bag.
Like we do at our house.
That's exactly right.
Peanut butter. This is a big item in a lot of households. So what are you looking for with something like this?
And with peanut butter, they all have fat in them. That really doesn't change. Even the ones that are reduced fat, they have more sugar. And this happens to be one that is lower in sodium, but oh, great, then it doesn't have any calories. Well, yes, it does. It's the same as the others. And the serving size of peanut butter, 2 thumbs. That's what it is.
2 thumbs. What do you mean 2 thumbs?
2 tablespoons. That's the size.
That's all you get.
Well, that's a serving size. So
If
all right, if I have the jar, well, yes, that's a different serving size.
Yeah, right.
Appropriate for a football player, maybe.
Maybe.
Another big thing is sodium, and we cook with a lot of soy sauce in our house, and I always buy the low sodium.
Yeah, and it's lower because it has to be 25% less. But if you look at the sodium content for this, for the serving, which is 1 tablespoon, it's still 575 milligrams.
Which is a lot.
It's a lot.
Wow, that's
it's
high.
a lot. Or this is a reduced sodium soup, but it still has 610 milligrams, so it's less, but it's not low. And then the other one, even the issue of sugar. So you can buy a reduced sugar spread, and that's fine,
right.
But it's not no sugar. And this one, I think people get very confused about. It says low glycemic index on it, which means that it doesn't elevate your blood glucose that much, but it still is a source of carbohydrate.
What is that stuff?
This is actually
it's a
sweetener that's an alternative to some of the other ones that are out there.
Great.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah,
quickly
very
now,
confusing.
A couple of things. How about the Jell-O?
Yeah, Jell-O. So this is a very low calorie, no sugar in this. So that's fine. Only 10 calories. Okay. And then the other ones that are no sugar added, what it means is there can still be sugar in it naturally. It's a fruit, there's sugar. They're just not adding anything else. And that's one of the things that'll change on the new labels.
Great.
When they come out.
When they come out, exactly. We're still waiting for that release
Thanks,
date.
Leslie.
Well, for more of Leslie Bonci's healthy living tips, you can watch her regular Winning Plate segments Wednesdays here on PTL and check out her website. You'll find that link at kdka.com/PTL.